Hello there, morons. It's Victor. Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. I am the king of the morons, and this is a J News. I will talk about a little bit of news in Japan incident, a little bit of Japanese news. That's J News, not Jew News. And then give you a little vocabulary for those of you who are studying Japanese. Today's story is about an attack that happened on Sunday at a water park, Tokyo water park at Tokyo Summerland. Let's get an idea of where that is. That place is. Here's a map of it. You guys can see that there. Boop. Here's Tokyo to give you an idea where Tokyo is right there. There's Tokyo there. And it's about an hour, maybe 2 hours west of Tokyo there. It's a little bit north of Sagamihara, which you might remember was in the news last, well, a couple of weeks ago, because a 26-year-old man killed, killed 19 handicapped people because he thought handicapped people should not be alive. Anyway, that's where Tokyo Summerland is. It is a water park. Their big feature is a wave machine there. Let's see what I was going to tell you there. There was something else about they have another name for it, which I keep forgetting. It's called wave pool. They call it a wave pool in Japanese. That's a literal translation. I'm going to give you links to the English and Japanese articles that I guess inspired some of this news. But anyway, here's a picture of the actual water park. As you can see, I think they have about 13,000 people there on a given day. And it was a pretty interesting story, because as this story was happening, I was with my wife and my in-laws watching it on TV, and and the news said they were not telling the people that were inside the park. So for anyone watching television, and who had family there, they must have obviously we imagine they were calling into the park and saying, "Hey, there's a madman in there, stabbing people. So get out of there." So let me tell you what happened. Let's go back a little bit. So this park, the Tokyo Summerland water park, is known for having a very powerful wave machine, artificial wave machine, and it goes off on the hour. And it went off, of course, as normal that day, and on one of the wave production moments, someone slashed 6 people. Okay, and the police started realizing, the police were called, and they thought, okay, something's going on. At the next hour, the wave machine again produced 70-inch waves, which don't seem to be very large to me, but I guess big enough. And 3 more people were slashed. And the police have yet to catch the culprit. They don't know who did it. They only know that women were the targets. Apparently all young women. They were slashed on the abdomen, the buttocks, the legs. And some of them were, I think I read as long as 8 centimeters long, which maybe about that long. But yeah, pretty bad and pretty shocking. And the park chose not to tell anyone in the park that it was happening. As people were leaving the park, the security decided to check the bags of some of the single men, according to the Japanese news that I was watching that day. But they were not checking family people, because they figured there must be some lone, again, it's always a loner. And it's really sad that this is happening, because this just means that Japan is going the way of America, which means that in the future we're going to have metal detectors in everything, and they're going to have to check our bags for everything, because a few screwballs, a few idiots screwed up for everybody, which is sad, because Japan is an incredibly safe place. This kind of thing almost never happens. There are these weird cases of loners doing stuff like this. There was a case a couple of years ago here in Nagoya, actually, where some guy was riding his bicycle and just slashing people randomly, and then riding away. His face was covered, and anyway, that kind of thing happens. I think that's called torima. Anyway, so that's basically it. They haven't caught the guy. Another interesting thing is that the park decided not to close down. They're going to keep open, but they didn't close down the park, but they did turn off the wave machine. However, and this is really weird, this is completely unrelated to this, but my favorite restaurant in Japan is Yama-chan's, okay? And Yama-chan's, let me see if I can show you Yama-chan picture. Yeah, this is Yama-chan's. They make tebasaki, and I've shown this in videos many times. I've gone to Yama-chan's and had tebasaki there. Here we go. Here, there's tebasaki. It's this peppery tebasaki, and the founder of Yama-chan's, which actually was founded the first restaurant here is in Nagoya, near my school, actually in Sakai, between Sakai and Shinsakai. Dumpy little place. But beautiful food and cheap, very affordable chicken wings. Tebasaki. Very peppery. Anyway, the owner died, I believe Sunday too. Yeah, I believe he died on Sunday as well. And he died of a torn, like he ruptured aorta or something like that. And it was pretty quick. But here's the weird thing. They've decided to close the restaurants down, all the chain. And it's like, there, I don't know how many, but I would say about 100. I don't know how many they've got, but there are just so many of these. 75 shops. Okay, yeah, almost 100. So 75 shops, and they've decided to close them all down, or maybe not all, but quite a few of them down for 2 days to show respect for the owner. So isn't that a weird idea of respect? So the owner of a shop dies, and they close down the restaurant. 8 people get slashed, and they decide to keep it open. You know, I'm not really criticizing so much as just observing and scratching my head. Interesting stuff. Anyway, that's basically it. Like I said, the culprit's still at large. And now let's learn some Japanese. Now, usually when the waves hit, that's a good time in the past for chikan to get active. Chikan, of course, are perverts. So they've been active in the past. In this case, though, we've got a crazy guy with a knife. And kiru is Japanese for cut, but in this case, to slash is kiri tsukeru. All of these notes will be in the description, by the way. If you're studying Japanese, you can copy paste them into your notebooks or whatever you're using to study with. Jiken is an incident. So when you read this kind of article, they'll talk about this incident, the toritsukeru incident, or toritsukeru, kiritsukeru jiken. And the victims are called higaisha. Higaisha are the victims. Jinko tekina is the adjective for artificial. And in this case, artificial waves. So, jinko tekina, and I'll separate the oops, oh, a little typo there. I'll separate this out for your notes. Jinko tekina waves, or nami. And whenever there's a knife attack in Japan, they don't say knife. They just say blade, which is hamono, which is it includes all kinds of lives, because they never knew. They never know exactly when the crime occurs, what kind of knife it is. So hamono pretty much includes everything. And like I said, they never caught the culprit, or they haven't caught the culprit yet. They're checking security cameras now, and they're looking for. They haven't found the weapon either. They're looking in the sewer pipe systems, and they're searching the bottoms of the pools, but nothing so far. Anyway, the guy's still at large, or tobochu. And tobosha is the fugitive, by the way. So the movie Tobosha in English in Japanese is fugitive. Hold on, I did it backwards. You know what I'm saying. The English title, Fugitive, with Harrison Ford, in Japanese is Tobosha. There's your lesson for today. That's the story. Thanks for watching. If you like these lessons, please support the channel by simply leaving a comment and rating, and sharing if you want. Tell your other friends who are studying Japanese, because I think it's a great way to studying the news. If you have a chance, you can also, I'll try to find a video on this topic so you can actually watch or listen to a video. Yeah, I'll add it. I'm sure I can find something, and I'll add that in the description. So check the description for notes. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. On to the next video. I got more videos to make before I go to sleep.